So welcome to this small session on a bullet game that I've got for you. Now, this is not a typical bullet game for my hand. It's a bullet game from someone else's hand. A female chess player from New Zealand. So I'm not a bad player and very suited to 1 minute chess, I believe. 1 minute chess should be really her forte, if not 3 minute chess or something like that. So here is this game I'm going to show you, and so like I say, it's only a short wee session, and I'll just hit my chess clock to just let me know how long I'm taking, because sometimes I like talking. So here we go, and this is a wee game that I quite like. It's a wee bit of a brevity, and here it goes here. So it's not just a short session that it's not very good or any good or whatever. It's quite good. I quite like it. So the player is none other than Heather Wegener is black, and she's playing someone called Alt CC or whatever, who lost on time. Take a look at this 1 minute game that she played on her cell phone. Yesterday's date, the 19th of February. Who cares about the date? But here it is. So Heather Wegener is rated in New Zealand. I'm not particularly sure where, but she has beaten 2007 the Otago Junior Chess Champion. And she's beaten some good players, and she's also lost to some good players. She's even beaten me. Here we go. So it looks like I'm playing her, but please be attuned to this. I'm not playing her in this game. This is someone called Alt CC. Queen F3. So there's proof already that I did not play this move, although I have played a number of games with Heather on Facebook. Not on Facebook, on chess.com, just for fun. Here's Heather's move on move 2, knight f6. So she plays her own little wee opening, which is played by other people, but she plays it her own way. So she plays bishop c5 here. And this can just get biffed with d4, the bishop on c5, and so it does. And so she drops this bishop back to b6. a3, white is planning a pawn storm. Now be careful for these pawn storms, because pawn storms are just like hailstorms. They can just all of a sudden erupt and they're all over the place. But Heather is equal to the task. She plays d5. Now d5 is a very important move, as it also offers to get our white squared bishop out. So here we go. Now it's coming queen g3. Now if black isn't very careful, they will lose this g7 pawn. Okay, so black now plays, Heather Wegener now plays castling. Now maybe white wants to get in here real quick, and because that's the sort of state of the play, maybe white will want to play this with the idea of bishop to h6, trying to checkmate black. But no, not yet. Bishop d3 first. And g6. A very harsh preventative move played here by black, which now sort of puts to sleep any ideas of bishop h7 and queen h7 checkmate. So here comes a queen f3 again. So really white should start developing some things, but that's okay. Now we have knight c6. Well done. Black is trying to develop at least, so that's good. So black's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things, and white's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things opened. but the pieces for black are out and it's better. Okay, now we've got G4. So I'll try to be sort of like under 15 minutes for this wee segment. Not to say, as before, that it's not important or it's no good or anything, because it's quite good. This is what chess is all about. So G4 is quite telling that white's just trying to throw that G pawn into black's camp. So here comes G5, and here Heather plays knight E4. She's not interested in going backwards. She's interested in going onwards and upwards. So she plays knight E4, and white, of course, plays bishop E4 and D-E4, queen E4. Now I would expect queen takes G5. This is the move I would expect, but maybe her opponent did too. So Heather plays F5. That if white had played a pre-move of knight here, then I'd say Heather would have won the queen. But this queen goes back to G2, does it? No. Queen F6. Now, white is being threatened with a nice check. So back comes the man's move, Queen G2 and Bishop D7. And Knight F3, and now do we have it? Or is it Rook A E8 or E5? It's Rook A E8. So white is still asleep with all this going on here, and whereas Heather is threatening just E5 and opening up the position probably in black's favour, because all the pieces are all primed and ready to go. So what does white do? H4. Of course. I saw that. And here comes E5 as promised. And knight G5. White still has hopes of checkmate. And realistically, they could threaten this move. Maybe. I'm not sure. So here's E D4. Now this pawn cannot be captured, of course, because of the situation with the king on E1 and the rook on E8. So this is quite good. This is quite a nice wee clean game. And she's tickled pink about this game, by the way. So here we got what, E4. And so what does Heather do? She opens up this knight coming to E5, and now big things are happening here. The king is still in the center. The king should be really moving out somewhere, should be going, should be doing something about their king, white's king. Because look, these rooks and queens for black, the queen and rooks, and the bishops, two bishops, are very strong looking. So what does white play now on Heather's cell phone that she plays on here? Is bishop D2. Well, good. That's good that you're finally developing. Now I think that D3 comes in, and if white captures this, which is a new variation, then knight takes here, and knight takes pawn or similar is very, very good. Now let's say white would play here. Well, black would be able to play knight F2 check, or even bishop F4 G4 check, because if queen G4, you might say, well, why don't you just take the bishop? That looks like you've just lost a piece. Maybe you should just have Heather play these games because she's a lot better than you. Then we've got knight F2 check, and this is a fork, of course, so that would not do. So I know I've brought along, this is the third thing I've put on YouTube today, but I think this is quite cool. Now we have a bit of a dilemma, but what does Heather play? Plays Queen F2, of course, because she actually watches my YouTube channel. So here is Queen F2. Now that forces Queen F2, and then Rook F2. Now this is looking quite good for black. Look at this. Just about everything is angled on at white's king still in the center. So white has all sorts of problems here. I would probably be playing h6 or even pawn takes pawn here. So here comes king d1. Not quite sure why white plays king d1, but we can all see the next move of Heather's, which is dc2 check, which is threatening a queen. Or what else? What else can black do after if the king moves here? We can just ask the computer what to play, because this is a completely one game for black. So no wonder Heather's opponent lost on time here, because they thought she's cheating. And that's the end of this wee segment on chess, which is more than anything important. So I'm going to turn the engine on just to finish this game off to the best ability of whites.
Checkmate.
That's it. That's the best move, or vice versa is same with this one. But then we have this brilliant checkmate, which is queen or rook, take your pick.
Checkmate.
Okay, and then we also have another checkmate.
Checkmate.
So well done, Heather. You love checkmates, and I'm pleased to put this on my channel to show the prowess of your chess game. Well done.